Hey, what's going on, guys? Before we talk about this Facebook 2K per day scaling strategy, Mike dropped an album. Go check it out. Go listen to it. It's really good. I really like 6 a.m. and Peak Street. There's also like 30 something songs in here. So, yeah, go check it out. Really good music to work to and just good vibes all around. Okay, so let's jump into this slide deck. Let me make this smaller. Okay, so 2K per day Facebook scaling strategy breakdown. I'll show you guys everything in 6 slides. Everyone knows the rules. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here's the proof, guys. This is literally today is April 11th. I've just filmed this. This is the store screenshot from April 11th. So this day isn't over yet. So I will hit 2K sales, and right now we're at 1.8 thousand. So one product store, 600 per day in ad spend. At the time of this recording, it's at a 24% net margin with 449% profit with a 34% marketing efficiency ratio, MER. Okay, so yeah, sorry, no refresh here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't refresh my screen. Anyway, let's just continue. Okay, so the Facebook structure, guys, it's one campaign structure. Well, one campaign per country. So in this case, I have 2 running right now. But as you can see, my Canada scaling campaign is only at $100 per day. It's not really scaling, so I'm just leaving it at 100. So how I name my campaigns, IOM, Inside Out Marketing, and then USA or Canada or whatever country you're running in, and then scaling, guys. So again, this is the campaign level. We're following the one campaign structure. Super simple ad account, not much to manage. The media buying here is honestly super simple. And honestly, you guys can all be media buyers. It doesn't take a lot of skill to be a media buyer as far as like clicking buttons, right? It's gotten easier over the years, and Facebook is so simple. I'm literally running 2 campaigns, and it takes me about 15 minutes to manage per day. So that's the campaign setup, and let's show you the ad settings, the ad set level next. So this is the ad set level, and this is just a screenshot from the USA campaign just because it's spending the most. So I want to show you guys this bottom campaign here. So this is the ad set level. So ad set means ad settings, right? On TikTok, it's ad group. Same thing. So this is the USA ad set level, and again, we're targeting broad. So this bottom campaign right here, you see how it has our highest amount of spend. It's taking majority of spend. This is our scaling ad set. So it's USA 18 plus, male, female, and then WC for winning creative. So we're putting all of our winning creatives in here. This is our control group. This is why it's getting most of our spend and most of our purchases because it's our best creatives. And we're using Advantage Plus placements. We're letting Facebook place our ads where it thinks it's best because we trust Facebook's AI and the machine learning, right? We don't want to mess and go against the grain. So you guys might be asking, what are these other ad sets? Well, these are dynamic creative tests, and we'll talk about that in a couple more slides. But we want to test new ad sets alongside of our control group to see if they take spend. So I tested concept 103, like a YouTube thumbnails concept, and it's not getting majority of spend. I'm going to still leave it on and give it a couple more days. And then 101 I just launched today. It got more spend and it got 1 purchase. And I need to check Triple Whale to see if it got more purchases or if it didn't get a purchase at all because Facebook doesn't always track correctly. But the point of these is to test dynamic creatives and test better concepts alongside our control group to lower our CPA while getting more spend. And then we can scale to higher levels. Sorry, that was a lot. If you guys have any questions about this, just comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer it in the comment section. Super easy, no problem. Okay, so let's move on to DCT testing. So as you can see here, this is a screenshot from previously. This is concept 101 and concept 103, and I try to test 2 to 3 concepts per week. I changed this. I used to do 1 per week, and I used to do 10 ads per week in the ABO. But once you're scaling, you really want to do DCT testing, and test 1 to 3 concepts per week. The more the better. That's why I said 2 to 3. So you want to organize your concepts. I have an entire video on this. I posted a couple of days ago. You guys can copy the Excel sheet. I'm not going to go over that in this video, but you want to be organized and kind of break down what concepts you're testing. So in this case, I'm like answering objections and trying to get over the hump of skeptical of skeptical customers, right? So that's kind of the creative concept there. But yeah, how do you create concepts? Super, super quick breakdown, guys. So you want to start with market research. Market research, you're going to find problems within your niche, within your industry, within your product. And yeah, so your market research creates problems, and then your problems will start to create your hooks, and then your hooks will create scripts, and boom, you have an ad concept to test. And now go make 100 of them, right? You want to be creative testing all the time, testing new angles, new hooks, expanding on hooks that are already working, and creating new ads to reach new audiences. So that's really the gist of it. If you guys have more specific questions, I'd be happy to make another video specifically on that, maybe even in more depth than I have in my previous YouTube videos. But yeah, so that's how you do dynamic creative testing. And then Facebook scaling. So how are we scaling this ad account? Well, it's fairly simple. Like I said, the media buying is very, very simple. Anyone watching this video can be a media buyer. It's not rocket science. It doesn't take really any skills to be a media buyer. So we're pretty much just increasing by 20% if our CPA goal is hit. And I never go over 20%, but you can do 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%. It doesn't matter. So you increase it. I always increase it in the morning when I wake up, definitely before noon. Pretty early in the morning, the first thing I do is I fill out my MER sheet and see how much money I made yesterday or lost, and then decide if I need to increase or decrease my budgets. And then if my CPA goal is not hit, I'm simply decreasing by 20% of the campaign budget, right? And then say I increase this budget, I'm not going to decrease it for at least 3 days, right? I'm going to let it optimize before I make another decision. And this goes for up and down as well. If you decrease it and you're not hitting your goal, wait 3 days, and then you might need to decrease it again. But we want to be scaling. We want to be increasing our budget with testing new ads, so we're able to scale to higher levels. Okay, and then so that's scaling vertically. These 3 bullets are scaling vertically, right? There's 2 ways to scale: horizontally and vertically. Vertically meaning increasing your budgets, and horizontally meaning making more campaigns. Think of it like building a city with skyscrapers. You're going to have different campaigns with different budgets, right? So another way to scale is to take your product and market to other countries. So you would make another campaign, an exact same structure. You would just literally duplicate your current campaign, your current USA campaign, and then start targeting the next country you want to test. Super, super simple. That's a great way to double your budget overnight. And then sometimes I use ASC campaigns. Some of my students are running them right now, and it's crushing. And my ASC campaign was crushing for like 7 days, and then the next 7 days was terrible. So I just turned it off. I've seen some people on Twitter talking shit about ASC campaigns and being inconsistent. So for now, it's turned off on my ad account, but I might launch another one soon. But they do work. Well, when they work well, I should say. So yeah, you can try that out as well. Okay. So this is our last slide. So just kind of some FAQs that I get asked a lot from students and people in the Discord. So what if my DCT doesn't get spent? If it doesn't get spent, just leave it on. If it doesn't get spent for like over 7 days, 14 days, turn it off. But if it's not getting spent, it doesn't hurt to leave it on. And sometimes I see that when DCTs get a little bit amount of spend, it still helps your ad account, because every single dollar you spend on Facebook, it gets a chance to learn from that dollar spent and the customer or the user who views it. So sometimes when it gets low spending, it can actually help your account, but that ad isn't ready to scale. So if a DCT takes spend and has a bad CPA, right? Like it gets majority of spend, you think it's doing well, but it's not getting purchases. At that point, you'd want to turn it off and ditch that DCT. So moving on to the next question. A lot of people ask me like what metrics I should be looking at when testing. And to be honest, the only KPI that actually matters is CPA. It just trumps everything else, because you can have a bad CPC, a bad CPM, bad CTR, and have a really good CPA, and that means you're profitable. But obviously when you're testing, you might not always be getting sales. So when you're not getting sales, the metrics I look at are scroll stop and hold rate and CPC. I don't even really look at CPMs. That's honestly like a third KPI. But secondary KPI, CPC, scroll stop, and hold rate. Yeah, I'm really just looking at those. But guys, really, we want sales. We want CPA. If you're not getting sales, like, You can have a great CPC and a great scroll stop and a great hold rate and just not get sales. So at the end of the day, guys, CPA or CPR, cost per result, cost per acquisition, is the only metric that really, really, really matters at the end of the day. This is a typo. What types of treaties perform best? No, it's what types of creatives perform best. I get this question a lot. And to be honest, different creatives work for different niches and different products. Obviously, UGC content is very powerful if done correctly, but you don't need UGC content. You can run with picture ads or GIFs, even like 3-second videos. Those are fine too. But honestly, the best way to answer this, guys, is for you guys to get 4play.co. I don't have any affiliate with them or anything. I just use them every single day. It's $40 per month. Again, 4play.co, and you can spy on a bunch of different competitors, brands, and see their ads. And you can also see other media buyers' swipe files where they save all of their ads into like a Google Drive basically, and you can like pick apart the best ads. It's honestly the best place to look at what's performing in your market or on Facebook right now. And it works for TikTok as well, but I usually use it just for Facebook ads. Another question I get a lot of is what's a good budget for testing? And honestly, budget is always a personal question, so don't spend what you're not willing to lose. But my testing budget is $50 per day. Very rarely do I do $100 per day, but yeah, $50 per day is good for CBO. And then for ABOs, you can do like $10, $15, $20, even $5 ad set budgets. But for CBO, $50 a day is perfect. And then, yeah, I get this question a lot, guys. Why does Layton provide the best content in the e-commerce space and he only has 2.3 thousand subscribers? I get that question probably asked every single day. Don't really know why. But I try to provide as much content, as much valuable content as I can to you guys. And I hope you guys like the structure of the 6 slides and the slideshows. I'm a very visual learner, so I have to do this for my own sake. But I hope you guys like it. And if you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I always end these off with a quote, so you guys can read this for your own enjoyment. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, comment them down below. I will answer them. And if they're a really, really good question, I'll make a video about it. So yeah, all right, peace.